Hello, WWE fans. As you know, in less than 24 hours, we are going to have WWE's Shakeup. Now, I'm going to make a prediction video on the Shakeup and determine who I think is going to be going to Raw and SmackDown. Okay? Now, we could have a number of different things happen um, with this shakeup, but I don't think it's going to be as epic as people are making it out to be. It's not going to be as um, large. I don't think as many large names are going to be moving um, due to certain retirements and time offs. So, the John Cena time off, the Undertaker retirement, the Chris Jericho about to leave for a little bit, certainly is going, and the Nikki Bella situation as well, is going to make a lot of major changes as far as what would have happened. Now, there's already been 4 call ups from NXT. You've had the Revival, which went to Raw, and you've had Shinsuke Nakamura and Ty Dillinger go to SmackDown. Now, I'm going to pretty much safely say I guarantee those guys are probably going to be staying where they are. Okay? I don't think they're going to be changing. Now, if I were WWE, here's the thing. You have to come up with a way of switching these guys over and doing what you can to do something to enhance their capabilities. Now, I'm looking at it and saying, what and who can be changed over? Okay, now, let's start off with the biggest names that have been talked about. People have been talking about AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. I want to say, due to Cena specifically going away for some time, that the best thing they can do is keep AJ where he is. Okay, I don't think AJ should leave where he is. Keep him where he is. And now Roman Reigns, do the same thing. Keep him on Raw. Keep AJ on SmackDown. Keep Roman on Raw. Okay? Now, if you're going to make an AJ trade, there's only 3 things you can do as fair compensation. And I mean truly fair compensation. Number 1, you have to basically give up either a Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. And I don't think they're going to do either or. Or you're going to have to give up a massive amount of talent, which means moving for example, the entire cruiserweight division over to SmackDown. To me, that would be fair compensation for AJ Styles. Okay. That being said, that is what I expect truly, technically, AJ to stay where he is. Okay? That'd be my choice. Okay? Now, tag teams. SmackDown is in desperate need of tag teams. And I mean desperate, desperate need. You have the Usos. You have basically American Alpha. Now, other than that, the Vaudevillains have broken up because Simon Gotch got released. The Ascensions, they've not done much with them. Slater and Rhino haven't really are on the back burner. Breezango hasn't really done much. You have Zack Ryder injured, which means you can't do anything with basically his tag team partner, who's Mojo Rawley, who it's kind of, what are you going to do with him? And that's, you don't really have much, like I said, you don't really have much of a tag team division on SmackDown at the moment. So you're going to have to move someone over. And if I were them, I would consider definitely bringing over Anderson and Gallows to SmackDown. Now, what do you trade to get Anderson Gallows? I would probably think about trading someone from Raw, someone to Raw. Doesn't have to be a tag team. Keep in mind, doesn't have to be a tag team. A person who I think could do very well on Raw, honestly. And I know Vince loves the guy. Truly loves the guy. Based on his size and his, like, definitely his size. Like, it's definitely a Vince. He's definitely a Vince guy. Okay? And that is, oh, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. He just fought Ambrose too. He just fought Ambrose. Oh, Baron Corbin. Sorry, I was drawing a blank. Baron Corbin. So how about Baron Corbin for Anderson and Gallows? That puts him on Raw, and you basically, I mean, you've done very well to elevate Baron Corbin. I mean, he's ready for Raw. Okay, now, how about specifically, what now? You need to take someone from, now that you got a tag team over there, and you got him for Corbin. Okay, now you need to bring back some more guys to the Intercontinental Championship picture. So I would think about Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn would be a wise choice to go over there, and you could trade him for Dolph Ziggler. So Ziggler for Zayn. Ziggler's not really doing much on SmackDown right now. Put him on Raw. Let him have some fresh feuds. Because he's basically fought everyone there. Send him over there. Let him do what he needs to do. Do that. Okay. Now, Sin Cara is definitely also going to have to go to Raw. No, I'm sorry. Why say Sin Cara? I'm sorry. Why did I say that? He's already on Raw. Sin Cara just is not doing anything. I was actually thinking about the other cruiserweight, the only cruiserweight on SmackDown, Kalisto, who absolutely is a fish out of water. He's doing absolutely nothing, and we'd much better served there. So who do you send back for Sin Cara? And you know what? I think the perfect choice would have been... Actually, you know who the perfect choice would have been? It would have been Rusev. But Rusev's injured. So, I mean, unless Rusev's coming back anytime soon, that's what I would have done in that case. But Rusev is injured. Man, who would I take from Raw for Cara? Who would be a fair trade for Sin Cara? I don't think there's really a fair trade for Sin Cara on Raw, technically. I don't. The best trade would have been Rusev, um, because based on where they are position wise in the company. Um, Darn it. uh, I guess you could trade him for um, maybe someone not a man. In this case, how about a woman? Um, Maybe Dana Brooks. If Rusev's not available because of his injury, maybe Dana Brooks. Female trades. I think we've all pretty much assumed that Alexa Bliss is going to Raw, and for SmackDown, it's going to be one of two choices. It's either going to be Sasha Banks or it's going to be Charlotte Flair. I would lean towards Sasha Banks personally. I think that's what would make the most sense in that, but it's totally their call. Okay? Um, Now, I could see one more trade happening, something small, just because I honestly think Jinder Mahal is going to have this feud. Um, you could definitely see Mojo Rawley getting traded to Raw for like Bo Dallas. Now, if New Day gets traded, it's going to be for American Alpha. If New Day gets traded, it's for that. And if they do that, honestly, SmackDown's going to need to have someone else come up from NXT, so I would bring up DIY. And Raw, maybe it's time to bring up Asuka. No, it's been time to bring up Asuka, let's be honest. Asuka, DIY, Cien Almas are all due and deserve to be up. It's a shame that those three are not up yet, and there's plenty of other people that need to show up on NXT soon, so NXT certainly has a lot of talent down there that should be available. God darn, there's a ton of talent down in NXT that really should be on the main roster, to be honest, but at least I would look at it, a ton of talent. And there's a ton of talent that's going to be signing with them in probably not too distant future. I would assume. And there's a ton of guys in their performance center that they say are ready to show up. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think they have too many people they can afford to leave their tag team division. But their women's division is going to be like insane soon. And I mean literally insane soon. They have so many quality women that probably will be available in their women's tournament, which I am looking forward to seeing what happens with that. And there's so many cruiserweights they're just not even really using right now, if you think about it, because you have Neville, Tozawa, Davari, Aries, Alexander, Gulak, Gallagher, Sears, Loon, Dorado, Ali, yeah, I don't really think they're using their cruiserweights as much as they could be using them. Oh well, yeah, like I said, AJ I don't think should move. Roman should not move. Seth Rollins should not move. Cena, Lesnar should not move. Randy Orton should not move. Bray Wyatt should not move. Really, you should be looking at more of mid card, lower card, and tag teams and women's most likely. At this juncture. Now, if you're gonna do AJ, honestly, you should either do a big name, and I know they're not gonna do big name back. Roman's not going back. Seth Rollins is not going back. So that'd leave you with the entire cruiserweight division, which it makes sense. It would make sense, but I can't see them doing an entire division for one person. That would be I can't see Kurt Angle doing that. Like, you're talking about Nice, Perkins, Jerry, Kendrick, Dar, Swan, Dorado, Ali, Ho-Loon, the Sierras, Metalik, Gulick, Gallagher, Alexander Aries, Davari, Tozawa, and Neville. That's a lot of people for one person. A lot of people. I mean, it'd make the roster like dramatically different, where SmackDown would have just way too much, and that means that Raw would have to constantly be adding more talent from NXT for a long time, if you think about it. So, yeah, I would say certainly, and you'd have to send more people back for with AJ. Some smaller names, I would assume, but they're not going to be used. So, and they might have some more releases. Who knows? I mean, you could see several minor names get released that are doing absolutely nothing. So, we'll see. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to my video, and we'll see what happens. Okay? Peace, brothers.